Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. A little quote to start us off. See if you know this one. Many that live deserve death, and many that die deserve life. Can you give it to them? If not, then don't be so quick to deal out death as judgment. That's probably not 100% quite correct and not really relevant to this video, but I'm going to start every video with a quote from now on. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's continue this list. This was Americans embarrassing themselves online as usual. Trump right now is in the midst of a very unpopular war, I would say. You guys can debate in the comments. I'm sure it's going to be very, very sane and productive and civil. Y'all are. I've actually found the comment sections on my videos to be very, very civil and sane and yeah, enjoy it. It's a good time. These two Americans got in an argument over the stupidest thing. What could that be? Americans have literally no banter. I don't know what country this is coming from, but we've probably beaten you in a war at some point. What? Americans have literally no banter. How did they go to war? Well, of course an American would bring up war, reading something that is completely irrelevant to war. I'm American. Civil War. I don't even know what the argument is, but this graphic is patently ridiculous. I don't like it. All right. This person tried to make fun of someone for misusing a word, while literally using a word not acknowledged by dictionaries. The person that designed this must be an absolute menace. You learnt words, but you don't know when and where to use them. You're the one using made-up words. Learnt. Lol. And you are trying to shame another. I don't know what learnt means. I only know what book learning. Book learning. I've done a lot of book learning in my day. And I know quite a few big people words. And if you don't, well, don't know what to tell you. Your brain compartments and departments don't work that well, do they? 15. This person can't convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. Global temperatures right now. Use American numbers. Are we missing something here? There's no American numbers. Friggin' Americans are cute. This person thinks currency in all other countries is basically monopoly money. Not every country in the world uses USD as its currency. 800 USD would be more than a million Korean won, for example. Oh, I get it. Because he is this stupid, he has to be an American. Yep, that tracks. Otherwise, why bring USD into it? Nobody cares about monopoly money, so stop talking about worthless currencies. Lol. Interesting that the US dollar, while the standard in a lot of economic areas, is also not worth as much as the euro or the British pound. This person bragged about living in the US, a place they think they can openly criticize their government without being arrested. Who's going to tell them? Why don't they criticize their own government? Oh wait, they'll be arrested, right? This is interesting coming from a increasingly wannabe fascist government. And the thing is, the US, by my estimation, has all of the indicators of a authoritarian and fascist government. A obsession and ultra militaristic society, extreme polarization, extreme criticism and clamping down of the free press, which Trump has done time and time again. He's bragged about using arms of the government to go after his critics. Also a ultra nationalism and scapegoating minority groups, i.e. immigrants. That was Trump's greatest trick, was convincing the tens of millions of MAGA voters that the immigrant trying to create a better life for themselves and their family is to blame, and not the billionaires and the government. That was the greatest trick that they pulled off. And who did it? You know. All right. This person thought the symbol for U.S. currency was universal for quote-unquote money. So you paid in dollars? Euros. I hadn't thought of that. What is the symbol for euros? I thought the dollar sign was universal for money. That's not correct. No, the dollar sign is for dollars. Yeah. This person referred to a building built circa 200 BC as a copy of a fort in Florida. You know, a state in a country founded a few hundred years ago. Yeah, the U.S. essentially has no history, you know, in comparison to some of these older buildings around Europe and other places in the world as well. The Middle East, like Persia, Iran. Speaking of Iran, like just amazing artistry, creatives, mathematics, philosophers from that country. So it's sad that they've been clamped down under an Islamic regime, and that the rich just play their power games over resources, while, you know, the good people of our collective countries get the bad end of the stick. It is a copy of a fort on Key West, Florida. It's from the year 200 BC. Then the one in Florida is the copy, as Florida was a swamp back then. Oh man, that's going to really trigger them. Don't call Florida a swamp. This car owner. Wow. I wonder who this person voted for. Let Trump be Trump. Okay, like PDF. That type of let Trump be Trump. Let's go Brandon. Southern independence now. Just shameless Confederate flags everywhere. I live for this. Secure. In God we trust. Don't tread on me. I love that in God we trust. As if Trump is the person that's, you know, acting as if Jesus would have acted. You know, making fun of disabled journalists, telling just innumerable douchebaggery on his part. And somehow, like, his staunchest supporters are like, in God we trust. Donald Trump, he is, such a righteous and wonderful Christian. Just amazing. Make Dixie great again. Okay. This person said people living in New York and Arizona, who literally speak the same language, use the same currency, and have the same political history, are as different as those who live in Iceland and Germany. I don't think the Euros realize that the difference between somewhere like Arizona and New York is similar to the difference between Iceland and Germany. Distance and cultural wise. These guys are taking the worst aspects of every state and thinking we all share these traits. Well, the thing is, the people in Iceland speak Icelandic. The people in Germany, they speak German. And the cultures are vastly different. Where they're comparing it to two people who live in the United States in simply just different states, where that's patently absurd. Patently absurd. This person thinks TikTok, whose parent company is based in China, was made for Americans. 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit is 1,093 Celsius, for the ones wondering. Is this the one? Oh, okay. Doing God's work for us Europeans right now. Why are y'all on American TikTok? Kinda weird. Get out of here. They took our TikTok. This person genuinely believes worker strikes are mainly really an American thing. Clearly, they're not familiar with France's game. Sorry, English is not my mother language. On strike? Like a lightning strike? Or something? Not working until something changes. Mainly really an American thing. But it happens all over the world. Strikes work best if you can get many employed workers to protest with you. Yes, we all know Americans invented literally everything on the planet. Yeah, that's great. This person seriously said, every significant cultural item comes from... and I need them to get out more. Yeah, agreed. How could the rest of the world not be obsessed with us? Main character syndrome. Here we go. American entitlement ignorance is unfathomably just Hollywood, music, games, sports, Google. Google is some sort of cultural touchstone. Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Facebook, Nike. Yes, you're just naming a bunch of things that have been to the detriment of the planet. Nike, every significant cultural item comes from the States. They can't help it. Okay. For context, the person commented on a video where someone in London ordered chips. Why did he give you fries? You guys, there's people like this walking amongst us. Literally just walking around the planet. Well, walking around the United States. But they also are on the internet, giving them a particular reach that I'm sure we all wish they did not have. And that's why social media should be abolished. Destroyed. We have to destroy it. Throw it in the fire. This person thinks U.S. citizens should never be embarrassed to live in the USA. And I'm embarrassed just reading through this list. Trump is a disgraceful bully. I'm embarrassed to be American. No matter who is in office, you should never be embarrassed to live in the USA. What? Just because the person's in... What? I mean, I understand their point, actually, because, I mean, there is a lot of good Americans. There's nothing wrong with loving the country that you're from. Certainly not. Patriotism is fine, all of that stuff. I think it's the self-centeredness and America alone. Look at what America's foreign policy has been like under Trump. It's an embarrassment. American perception around the world is absolutely in the gutter. But not if you ask them, though. This person decided that the U.S. has the authority to decide what people of other nationalities and ethnicities call themselves. To be honest, you're whatever America decides you are. So Spanish is Latino now. Ah, God. This clearly just astounding. Astounding. This clearly stubborn and confused being. It's Iran, not Iran. No, it's Iran. It's Iran, not Iran. They're not Iranians. They're Iranians. But you do you. And finally, this person who thinks that only the U.S. allows its citizens the right to free speech. And they don't even have the right to free speech. Trump's going to come after you. Or they're going to look at your social media if you're not, on your knees for the tin pot dictator. Freedom of speech isn't a human right. It's an American right. No other country has this in the world. Who wants to tell them? All right. Absolute absurdity. I mean, you could repopulate this list with 29 new items literally every minute of every day the USA is cooked. I agree. Big dingo. Legend. All right. See you guys on the next one. Make sure to comment down below. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. I'm Mace, coming to you from Canada. And I'm tired. I'm going to go play some hockey. All right. Let's go.